Bus with purple.
We will be following.
I'll just leave it.
Guys, owe me 2
Every
minutes.
single jump.
They got 2 minutes.
How you gonna pay her
2
back?
minutes. With 2 minutes. I don't want any other thing. I don't want cash. I don't want breakfast.
You
I
don't
want
want
2 minutes.
cash? You don't want breakfast?
No, I'm already going to get those.
You get 2 minutes on YouTube. There you go.
No, 2 minutes of my time.
We'll give you 2 minutes on YouTube.
It's
Welcome
one
inside the locker
It's 1
room.
minute.
It's 2.
No, see now, we're
It's
using this
actually
other
1 minute.
system here. It's not the other one.
It's 15:07.
No.
See, it's even 16:58.
We started at 16, so we'll give you 1 extra
Inside
minute.
the
So
1
what
minute.
you say?
1 minute won't hurt anybody. And welcome to the locker room on a Friday morning. We're set to bring you all the big sporting stories today, the 29th day, the month of April. Shakba Martins and Victor Pepple. And guess who we have up in here? Tega Tiger, the sporting lady, the one and only, quintessential, elegant. Guess what? Ladies in sports, it's coming up next week. Are you ready? Bring out the drums, roll the carpets.
One of the pom-poms.
You're doing it already now.
You're such a horrible person. Good morning, Lagos.
Oh my days.
Pebble is trying.
How did that make you feel?
We will get. He's trying.
Shakwe?
You've tried very hard.
And the hard part is what we really had. Oh, but it was good. It was good. You tried.
You're coming along. You're coming
Yeah.
along.
Nice.
But it's time. It's
Full
time now.
initiation into the locker room coming up soon.
Right, that's
Mm.
good. All right, so we're streaming live on YouTube. It's youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. You can also send a message to us on the WhatsApp portal 0809-444-0981.
All right, and we've got a ton of stories for you today, and we're going to take you through all of them in just a bit. So let's do this now. I'll take it from here, people. So Joel Embiid stars as Philadelphia Sixers win playoff series against Toronto Raptors. We've got Halep, who's firing back with new coach Muratoglu. Hello, taken from, we know. Then we also have Havertz must rediscover his scoring touch. That's what Tuchel had to say. And Leicester are confident after their first leg draw with Roma, says Rogers. Raiola's agency says death reports fake news. And Milan eye title glory after keeper horror show derails into charge, while Madrid are anticipating Real La Liga title celebrations. And Pochettino is 100% sure that he and Mbappe will stay.
I'm 100% sure as at yesterday. We don't know about tomorrow. But yes, those are the stories coming up. Let's start with the first one, shouldn't we?
All right.
Open the phone lines later.
All right. So let's get into this. And Joel Embiid scored 33 points and made 10 rebounds as Philadelphia 76ers beat the Toronto Raptors to win their playoff series 4-2. And James Harden scored 22 points and had 15 assists.
Yeah,
Oh.
so huge day. Like I said, the 76ers had started this series. They were leading 3-0. It looked like they were going to have a sweep. It was going to be a very quick wrap-up. Before you knew it, Raptors won game 4. Then they won game 5. And it looked like this series is about to be tied. Then yesterday in Toronto, Raptors had an 11-0 run towards the end of the first half. And it looked like, oh boy. So really, they are going to tie this series. Because at that point in time, they were faster on the quick break. Their buckets were dropping. Philadelphia 76ers, their defense looked alright. They were all over the place. And so that 11-0 run the coach just said, you know what, let's take a timeout and reassess what we want to do. Do we really want to go to a game 7 or should we wrap it up this night? And I think that talk just kind of changed everything. Because after then, 76ers came out, looked a little more composed on the defense. Played a little better defense, and that helped them to build an offense, and they went on to lead the game. What was also crucial for last night's game or early hours of this morning's game was James Harden. He scored 22 points on the night, had 15 assists. He's been invisible through the series. People were almost saying that maybe he should have stayed with the Brooklyn Nets so that they would have swept him along with Kevin Durant. but last night he turned it up with those 22 points, and that helped. Joel Embiid on the night, as usual, bringing the big game, scored 33 points, but got injured towards the end of the match. It was the game. It was Siakam's elbow. hit him in the head. Of course, he was bleeding, had to take the rest of the game out. But they had already wrapped up by then. So huge win for the 76ers. But after that, it only gets tougher from here out. They face the number one seed in the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat. So that that will be a physical battle because those guys are young and fast. They're key players for Joel Embiid. It's not really, there's no real speed, it's expertise, size. So I wonder how they'll be able to keep up. So James Harden, whatever he did, whatever he took before last night's game, he needs to take it again. All through the series because he can't afford to sleep on the Miami Heat. So big one for them on that end. Also for the Phoenix Suns, they wrapped up their game yesterday. Devin Booker came back in, scored 15 points. He's not yet 100%, but he's not. I mean, first time when he held that hamstring, everybody thought, oh boy, he's out for the playoffs. But he's back and he's scoring points, so that's good news for them. So they're through to the next round. And then Luka Doncic, my guy Luka. He's taking the Dallas Mavericks. They've qualified. They're through there. They finished the Utah Jazz in 6. So another huge one. But those were the games for last night or early hours of the morning. Whichever way you feel like it. Yeah.
And former world number one Simona Halep feels like she has the fire back as she enjoyed a winning debut with her new coach Patrick Mouratoglou. Is into a 6-2, 6-3 success over China's Zhang Shuai in Madrid on Thursday.
Yes, I think it's the way she was waxing lyrical at the end. She's like, oh, I've always been so negative when I miss something, you know, I'm hard on myself. And then the coach kind of talks me back like almost as if her previous coach was not doing anything. but I've heard that Patrick Mouratoglou is a tennis whisperer. And so when athletes go to him, it's a lot more than just the technique. Of course, you'd see the weakness in your game or where you really need to work on, but it's usually mindset, which is why it is surprising to me that every time Serena capitulated after she came back from having a baby, it was usually a mental thing. So if he's such a tennis whisperer, what's happening with that? But we want to see how this will go. She looked a little sharper on court, and sometimes when you get a new coach, for the first few matches that you play, you look like that. So I want to see the improvements over a period of time. If he's really the Chinese whisperer and if he can revamp her career. But yesterday she was flying across the court, so it must be something he's done. So big good news for her there. But the Mucha Madrid continues today, and Sabalenka again for she's number 2 seed ranked seed in this. No, she's number 1 ranked seed in this tournament because Iga Swiatek pulled out. For a top ranked seed, the way she falls very early in the tournament, especially this season, it's really questionable. First match yesterday, she was out. Again, we have to forgive her because she was playing against Anisimova of USA and she hasn't beaten Anisimova. Like Anisimova has her number. Every time they square up, racket, set, Anisimova win, guaranteed. So it's almost as if I think the next time she just sees Anisimova on the drill, she just go back to the WTA and say, you know what, you need to increase this girl's rank. She's not this player. But she fell to that player. It was always going to be tough, but the fact that she hasn't found the solution to beating Anisimova again is a question I'll ask for a top seed. Although her season has been a little topsy-turvy, she has good days, she has bad days. Yesterday was another bad day, so wait to see how today will pan out. But really big matches.
But some will say, oh, Annie has more experience than her.
No, she has more experience than Anisimova.
And every time Annie meets her up, Annie
was like, I know where you're going. Pow!
Dominated her mentally.
She's just dominating her. It's like there was yesterday you could see. So Sabalenka is such a power hitter, and so she hits through everybody. And yesterday she tried to add some intelligence to her game. And then Anisimova was like, you're playing with brains, I'm there too. And she just, so every time she went to one gear, Anisimova just stopped it. So first set, Anisimova won as usual. Second set, Sabalenka came back and said, yeah! Then third set, Anisimova like, nah. it was done. So really, really tough one for her. She just needs to find, there's some players that you step on like that. It's like Maria Sharapova and Serena Williams. It was always a bit down. You know, Maria Sharapova had that one win. I think after Serena cried in the locker room for that win, she said, never again will I cry for you. After that time, she beat Sharapova till Sharapova retired. She was beating her.
When
In
are we
fact,
going to get that?
in fact, if they play again, she will beat Sharapova for good measure.
You know what? Actually, I'm with that. Once you make a, she was like, "You made me cry."
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. And Chelsea midfielder Kai Havertz needs to rediscover his scoring touch. That's what Thomas Tuchel said after the German international missed several chances in Thursday's 1-1 Premier League draw at Manchester United. And Tuchel was telling reporters he needs to fight back into his shape. Hopefully, he shows a reaction.
All right. So, I'm going to open the phone. These phone lines are going to block now, but let me finish with this analysis. So yes, big day yesterday. After all the hype, Chelsea, Manchester United, what's going to happen? That Manchester United will chop it. Nothing. That game ended 1-1. And part of the problem was, I think what Thomas Tuchel was saying, it's not that Chelsea created chance after chance. They should, on a normal day, the Chelsea, if they had this, the Chelsea of the start of the season would have beaten this Manchester United on yesterday's performance alone by at least 6 goals. But they didn't take their chances. And so he's just saying that they need to be a little sharper. And sometimes it's hard when you think about it, especially if you're not fighting for anything. That's why I always tell people, you can't be in limbo. You either go backwards or go forward, but don't be in limbo. That's the worst place to be. They're not going to win the title. And at the same time, they're not dropping out of top 4. So because they're not fighting, I'm guessing that also plays into the psyche of, let's just move on to next season. Because that Chelsea that was there yesterday didn't remotely look as sharp as they would normally look. Creating as many chances but not finishing off. So really tough day for Chelsea. But for Manchester United, they are very happy with that 1 point, because they could have, as when Chelsea scored the goal, you could see Cristiano Ronaldo's face was like, not again. You know, Ralph Ragnick was like, here we are. You know, the Manchester United fans are just standing like, our old don't be. And then Cristiano Ronaldo goes and scores the equalizer, and then all of a sudden life comes in. So for them, that 1 point was as good as a win. And which leads me to this conversation now. So yes, it's the GOAT conversation. Would you rather be a Cristiano Ronaldo who is scoring goals all day, every day, and languishing with Manchester United out of the Champions League places? Or, okay, so let me put it this way. Who has had the better season? Let me put it that way. Who has had the better season? Cristiano Ronaldo with Manchester United or Messi with PSG? The numbers to call are
0144899181. You got that? 0144899181.
All right. So remember, Lionel Messi has won the Ligue 1 with PSG. So that's 1 trophy for the season. Manchester United have no hope and no soap. So
so you have a new spirit, which is to ask these questions and call these numbers just as we're about to take a break.
Yeah.
Oh,
guys,
no!
Yes, we're about to take a break, but we'll come back, we'll take the calls. I was
Yes.
just about to say some Chelsea fans were arguing that in the first half they held it down, they were just in control of the match, and they just didn't score some goals. And you know, these things happen
Well,
sometimes.
it's goals
in a
that
game.
win. It's goals
No,
that
it
win the
happens in a game. You know how Chelsea people always say.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
counting with the clock.
Okay, sorry.
Let's go.
You know you owe me 2 minutes.
Just music.
All right, so when we come back, we'll take
Are
the
you
calls.
ready to take your next steps? The seventh
Let's say your
Let me
WhatsApp.
do
Let's
a
see your
mention
WhatsApp.
for no. This is from Freshly Pressed. All right, you two people, send your messages in. Let's know what you have to say about this. Oh, wait, what am I doing?
Registration is now open.
Have you registered for the Ladies in Sport Conference?
Okay, yeah, you've opened it. Okay, so we'll start from there.
On women in sports. Don't miss the 2022 Ladies in Sports Conference.
Okay, it's rolling.
And 5th of May.
Smile for the camera now. Why people keeping your face like this?
The conference theme is taking the next steps.
So,
Are you ready?
Lagos Talks today. We're doing house hunting in Lagos.
Oh God, house hunting is such a horrible
I'm
thing.
telling you.
Such a horrible
I'm
thing.
telling you. The war stories, people. Oh my goodness. And house hunting in Lagos now, as we are
So,
now.
I went with a friend of mine to go and look for. She was looking for a place, not a house or a shop. She had given this agent.
This is my entire budget. Low. Without service charge, with service charge, complete months, the rent would be 1 million or 2 million
More.
than. Does this include service charge? What am I supposed to do with to do that?
No,
worries.
gentlemen.